Welcome everybody once again to the Oakland A's franchise. We're here in Season 7, and the A's are off to a 2-3 start, looking to put a pretty good dent in the early portion of the schedule today. The A's are 2-3, and this year I really want to focus on the key storylines with this team and make pretty quick advancements through the season as we see if we can get back to the playoffs and compete for a World Series championship. I've made a couple changes going into today's episode. Zack Gelof is going to start playing against left-handed pitching on a full-time basis, replacing Luis Arraez. We'll see how all the splits go and everything, and if this is something we're going to stick with, or if any other changes have to be made. But we're only 5 games in. It's really too early to take away much from this team, but the offense is struggling, scoring 10 runs in 5 games and getting next to nothing from Vladimir Guerrero, Tyler Soderstrom, and Trey Sweeney. Offense has to wake up, and we'll see if they do. We're also looking to see how Cole Phillips and Cam Cope continue after each going 7 innings, striking out 10 in their first starts of the season. I wanted to sim through another 5 games to get through 5 more starts. So we are continuing against the Astros with, a rally late. We've already put 3 on the board here after being down 4-0, but we need 1 more. So Royce Lewis is going to try and continue this game for us, and we'll go and just spectate the AB. Trevor Stephan in the game, so they brought in the closer. Oakland needs 1 more big hit. Lewis ahead in the count 2-1. Chases the splitter. Count is even. Lewis chases outside, and Stephan slams the door as the Astros win again against our Oakland A's. So we've talked about this slow start offensively, and we don't get things going in this one until the 9th inning when it's a little late. But Guerrero did hit a 2-run home run, so it's his biggest swing of the year. You know, it's not a good sign when you get shut down by Antonio Senzatella. He's never been like a high-level starting pitcher. So we finish up the series, and the offense wakes up, but it's a 10-10 game. A chance to walk it off all over again. John Curtis is on the mound. And the winning runs at second base as Zack Gelof gets some action here for the first time in a while. You know, for a while he was a part of the core that we were rebuilding with. But last year, just didn't play well enough to stick to the 26-man roster. Still had at least an option left. But he's returned. He's got a chance to break through with us again. Hoping for at least a solid at-bat here. Oh yeah, Guerrero's home run he hit the previous day. That's 300 now in his major league career, so there's a milestone for us. I'd just like to avoid the sweep here against the Astros. But Gelof pops it up to first base and won't advance the runner. Here is Aaron Dawn hitting 2 for 5 on the day and taking outside. That's into center. It's going to not drop in as the runner holds. Miguel Cabrera off to a 2 for 4 start in this game. He's homered. He's doubled. And we want to see this year if he's one of our outfielders of the future. 2 gone, trying to walk it off. Cabrera late on the swing. That ball is right to short and will finish up the inning as we go to extras. We got a severe lack of big hits and big moments, it seems, going back to the postseason and then to start this year. So this game continues, 10 apiece, extra innings, and Pedro Leon leads off against Jonathan Hernandez. The 2-2 is in there. Strike 3 looking. You know, as I've gone through so many of these extra inning games, I actually really like the changes with the extra inning runner because It gives you an opportunity, if you have good at-bats, a couple of good sequences to score that run. And if you are unable to advance that runner from second base, especially in that first at-bat, just the way it... Ooh, that's going deep center field. Alvarez sends it out! Rudely interrupted by a go-ahead bomb, and the Astros lead at 12-10. The point I was attempting to make is that with the extra inning runner and each team getting that opportunity, it just forces you to play good situational baseball there, both offensively and defensively because of the runner in scoring position. And I think that it's a really good change overall for extra innings across the board. We're staring at a sweep here if we can't fix this. We're going to pick up a nice ground ball double play here, so can we get the 2 we need? We've already put up 10, why not get 2 more, or maybe even 3? Trevor Steffens trying to go 4 for 4 here in the first week of the season. Miguel Vargas leads things off. Fly ball left field, and that's going to send back Yordan Alvarez as he makes the catch. Franmil Reyes, he sneaks it through, and that should score a run. The A's now down by 1. And that leaves Luis Arraez at the 5 spot here. Trevor Steffens' 4th pitch is lined hard foul. Rolled it and knocked down, but Arraez hustling, he's there, he's safe. And Reyes is advancing to second base, so the tying run is in scoring position. Yusniel Cruz is the batter, outside with the fastball. So how about this spot? Cruz gets a chance. He started the season strong. Takes a strike. Cruz grounds it. Could be 2, and this game continues as he beats out the throw. Reyes to third, and that leaves the game on the shoulders of Tyler Soderstrom. Check out Soroka's stat line down below in his first Seattle victory. Steffens in there with a strike. His 4th save on the line here, already his 4th attempt. The 0-1 is fouled off. Soderstrom 0-2. Ooh, that is a close one there. Just off. Lifted towards Alvarez. Going deep to left. It is back and caught on the track to finish the game. The Astros pick up the sweep in a thrilling extra inning game. And the A's are swept at home. Is it at least a positive that the offense woke up for their best game of the season today? It's a silver lining, I guess, if there is such a thing in this spot. 2-5, and now our first road trip of the year begins as we go to Chicago. And it's Noah Schultz versus Ken Waldichuk. We win this game, putting up 8 runs and getting 16 hits. 4 extra base hits in this one. Waldichuk goes 6. He does give up 5, unfortunately. In the next game, the offense once again having a big day, but the pitching is having a really rough one. We end up winning this game 9-8, putting up 30 runs nearly over our last 3 games, a little bit less. Franmil Reyes and Yusniel Cruz go yard here in the Windy City as Cole Phillips got absolutely shredded in 1 2/3 innings. He allowed 7 runs. And that's what I, thought about him coming into this year is he's a really inconsistent pitcher, but he'll give you some really good, highs. That's what we've seen in just a few starts of his. So 8 quality starts in 17 tries. He's had those really good, dominant 6 and 7 inning outings, but it's the other ones that scare you a little bit. So, a great start and an extremely rough one. We wrap up a sweep of Chicago in a series that really helped the offense get off the ground. 4 straight games in a row where we put up at least 8 runs, and we sweep the White Sox. Luis Arraez and Franmil Reyes each go yard in this game as we survive 3 errors defensively, and they were all committed by Trey Sweeney at short, which is really out of character for him. Cam Cope went 6 1/3, allowing 4, which is an alright start for him. We'll take that. Penn Murphy gets his 5th save of the year, and the Athletics are back to a 5-5 record. The win streak continues, and we take a series in St. Louis. Michael has his, typical start going deep, allowing just 1 run. And then we get shut out the next game, unfortunately. We were due for a lower output, but then bounce back with a 6-2 victory in the series finale, as the offense seems to be kind of back on track. But that gets us, 13 games into the year. And we can start to dive into some of these numbers as we reach the 10% point of the schedule. And Luis Arraez, oddly enough, leads us in homers. Franmil Reyes behind him. The offense really heating up. A lot of hot streaks there. Great to see. I wanted to mainly look at our pitching and how some of these bullpen guys are getting used. I wish Palante would be used a little bit more, but he's only gotten 2 innings to start the year. I adjusted his role so he would get some more, but he's been the least used guy in the pen. Does seem, though, like the bullpen is just middle of the road right now, not performing all that great or all that poorly. And then Logan Gilbert hasn't had the best start so far. Cole Phillips, a great one and a bad one. And then Cope has done a fine job thus far. Here are the players, though, off to the hottest starts in baseball. Ronald Acuna Jr. already has 7 home runs in just 12 games in Cleveland. That's pretty good. Meanwhile, Gavin Lux has 7 with the Dodgers. We're back at home to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in this game, and we're going to face a left-handed pitcher and break out a little bit different lineup today to get a look at a few other players. So, Aaron Don's getting the day off, and Yusniel Cruz is actually going to play in center field, while Miguel Cabrera starts at left, and Royce Lewis starts at short. And we'll take a look at Cole Phillips in his 3rd start of the year, and see what he's got in store here against the Snakes. Couldn't have more polarizing starts to get his season underway. There's a fastball, top shelf to Kyle Nelson. Phillips, the 0-2, outside. Got him! Good fastball inside. Phillips opens with the strikeout. Buddy Kennedy is the batter now for Arizona. He strikes out on 3 pitches. Oh, they got Gunnar Henderson on this team. All right. We're deep into the series, though, so teams are going to look a lot different than when we began. Corbin Carroll's now off in Colorado. I don't know if we have really anybody from the opening day roster still on this team. Like, we've changed everything. That was the entire idea behind the series. Phillips misses outside, and the count full. Trying to wrap up the 1st. And it's lifted for Cabrera coming in. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The lefty, Michael Chu, is the pitcher for the Diamondbacks today. 2 starts. He's given up a lot of damage. 9 walks, a lot of runs allowed. And here is our leadoff man, Dylan Carlson, with that 99 contact against lefties. Ah, that was on the hands. I wish I just missed that ball. Miguel Vargas continuing where he left off a year ago. He's hitting .326 to begin the year, and he gets hit on the thigh. Franmil Reyes. .320 average, a few homers on the year, and the fastball's in there. Chu throws low 90s. He'll complement that with a Big 12-6 and a slider. I'm looking forward to some of those curveballs. That nearly hits him. He does have 9 walks, so finding the strike zone has been a bit of a problem for him. There's the first curveball, and it's in the dirt, not even close. In that last game, I was really aggressive early in counts, and it didn't work out. I wanted to try being more patient, and that approach might be necessary against Chu. That's jammed into right, and I just continue to get jammed singles with Reyes. It's been happening now for a couple weeks. Team's got a chance, though, to get some runs early on if I don't ground into yet another double play with Guerrero. Been enough of those lately. Fastball in. Popped up. It's not a double play. Got to speed the bat up here. He throws slow. Yusniel Cruz bumped up against lefties here in the 5 spot. 2 on, 2 down. Crowd excited to see the rookie. Takes a strike. I'm a big fan of the new stance, by the way. It's just right. Line to first base, sending the inning. Chu gets out of it. Good slider from Cole Phillips as he strikes out Jordan Lawler. Seems to either have an amazing start or an atrocious one, and I think we're off to a fine start today. Clipped it, strike 2 to Vaughn Brown. The 2-2 is checked. He held it back just enough. 3-2. And it's Lewis backhanding for the second out. Rookie of the Year from 2025, and he's clobbered 4 homers already. It's Davison de los Santos. Just off the inside edge. Changeup is hung and drilled to Cruz in center, but he has a play on it. It's a 1-2-3 second. Good to be back with Zach Geloff, and he'll hit here in the 7 spot. Hasn't had too many ABs thus far this season, but we need a good look at him this year because you've got Arise and Vargas as free agents, and then question marks with guys like Geloff or Robert Poisson as far as who can maybe help us out going forward, and Geloff singles one through the infield. I'm still considering Poisson a part of the future possibly because he's down at AAA and might get another chance at some point this year. Might even get a good chance in the spring, year 8. Had to get Cabrera in, though. His contacts are just so good. And he is ahead 2-0 on Chu. Grounds it on to short, though, and that ball is a double play. And that was a great pitch to hit. That ball is past Geloff, and the first hit off of Cole Phillips. Juan Guerrero. Oh, wow. That's the utility guy we had. We traded him for Samad Taylor. That's right. That was the move. So he's up here at the bigs getting a chance. He hit a homer in his last game. 297. He's playing. He's a starter. This is awesome. 1-2. Not even flinching as it rode inside there. Ooh, got away with a bad changeup there. Good pitch just off the outside corner. It's a 3-2 count. And he misses low. 2-on for the Diamondbacks. And Patrick Bailey. 41 pitches in now for Cole Phillips and his first bit of trouble today. Better changeup and ahead of Bailey. His challenge here with the fastball. Takes it high. He went around. Strike 3. Kyle Nelson was a Rule 5 pick, and he's already their leadoff man. So he's playing a pretty prominent role. His hitting ratings aren't like anything great. I'm not sure why he is their leadoff man. The 2-2 is in the air, left field. Cabrera over, makes the catch. Buddy Kennedy. In the air, center field, dropped in, base hit. A run will score. And they'll hold the runner at third as the Diamondbacks strike first. Brings up Gunnar Henderson. Good two-seamer there that time. Phillips already 26 pitches into this inning. Would like to get it over with. And he does, striking out Henderson. But the Diamondbacks break through with their first run. We'll see if we can answer. And it's Royce Lewis looking for his first hit steal this year. We've watched him strike out in some big spots, so he hasn't had the best start to the season. And he will also be hit by a pitch. That's rolled over. Chu is going to get another double play ball, but he pulls first baseman off, so it's a fielder's choice. Another one that almost hits a batter. Vargas already got hit one time. The 2-1 is hit by him, and it's another double play ball. This one connects. Smoke to Vargas! He leaps and takes away a hit from Jordan Lawler. I know third base isn't his primary position, but I think he's done a pretty good job manning third base. Over the top is Vaughn Brown. I do got some action here in the bullpen just in case. But hopefully we don't need to actually make a move anytime soon. Reyes singles through the left side this time, and he's 2 for 2. Big applause here for Guerrero. Seems like we always have somebody on for him now in these at-bats. Looking for a big swing. Michael Chu, 2-2. Got him! Slider inside. Might be his best pitch he's thrown all game. That was nasty. Yusniel Cruz. Oh, it's juggled at first, and they'll only get Cruz. And then he strikes out Soderstrom to wrap up the fourth. Michael Chu having a pretty good start. Phillips trying to go 5 innings here. He's at 71 pitches. Just one inning that gave him some issues so far. He's had pretty good command, though. He's been in the zone, and I don't have any major complaints with him today. That's ripped down the line. It is a fair ball, it looks like. Patrick Bailey checking in at second base. Awful lot of hits given up down that right field line in recent episodes. Here is Kyle Nelson now with an RBI opportunity. Lifted. Cabrera, can he sprint over there? Oh, he definitely can. Inning over. Michael Chu only has thrown 37 pitches to this point. I feel like I don't know. I thought I was being patient for a while, but maybe not. He's also gotten double play balls. Off of Chu, can he recover quick enough? Geloff singles again. Chu's all right. He'll stay in there as he hopes to get a ground ball double play from Cabrera now. Got to be careful on these low pitches. And that was not a low pitch. However, it's the same pitch I think he grounded into a double play on earlier. Going is Geloff, pitches inside, he is in there safely. That's another thing Geloff gives us, is a better base stealing threat than a lot of our other regular starters. So now a runner in scoring position. Lifted towards right center. Geloff set up. He's going to run. On his way to third base, 90 feet from scoring. So Royce Lewis, a lot of zeros there. No hits, no homers, no RBIs. Let's at least get that run home. And that's in the air to right. Going to be tested. Geloff on his way home. He is in there. All began with an infield single, which required some speed. Stole second, tagged to third, tagged to home. That run courtesy of having above average speed. I feel like I just worked really hard to score that one run. Like, really hard. We're going to make a change here in the 6th inning. We're not going to leave him out there too long. 5 solid innings for Cole Phillips is a good day's work. And he's relieved by Andre Palante. And we're also going to get some more action up here, probably with Ashby. But a 1-1 game here in the 6th inning. Palante really starred in spring training. And honestly, going into spring, he was not a lock to make the roster. If he didn't perform as well as he did, you know, I was very okay waiving him. But he turned into our best reliever in the spring, easily coasted his way to the roster. But the simulating just hasn't wanted to use him all that often. Lifted for Carlson. Looking at 2 quick outs here, it looks like. Haven't even broken out the fun pitch yet. Curveball dropped in. Ahead of Jordan Lawler. And that's hammered to the gap in right center. Another 2-out hit for the Snakes. Lawler to second. Palante throws a good curveball, and he gets ahead of Von Braun. 1-2. Blocked. Soderstrom to third. Got him there. And the inning is over. Michael Chu staying in the game as we go bottom 6. Led off by Vargas. Ripped to the gap in left center. A beautiful swing. And it's a leadoff double for Vargas. Already 2 hits on the day for Franmil Reyes. And he sends one out to left center. And that should at least allow Vargas to tag. Not going to be an easy one, but he's there. We have now gotten, like, how would you classify this? Like, steals plus tags. I feel like that could be a useful stat, like extra bases. Last 2 innings, we have 4 extra bases. And now an RBI chance for Guerrero. That seems like a really good stat. Maybe they track that somewhere. Guerrero to the gap. Why be patient when the sliders are hung like this? Tumbling in the gap, he could not make the play. And Guerrero gives us a 2-1 advantage. I didn't send him home. Oh my God. I didn't send him home. What is wrong with me? Well, I better get that run. Yusniel Cruz is the batter. As Chu throws outside. I can't believe I held him. Base hit left field. A run scores. Nothing really would have changed. It's 2-1 now. I cost Vladdy an RBI. If he ends up with 99, that's on me. Just got to pump the rookie's numbers up a little bit. I can't think they're going to leave Chu in a whole lot longer. Soderstrom. And this one's going to right center now. And it is over the fence. 3-run bomb. A's take a 5-1 lead. Breaking through in the 6th with a monstrous inning. Everything getting hit hard. That was our only lefty in the lineup today. Going lefty-lefty on him. That's that part of the outfield where you're not quite sure if it's going to sneak over. The runners were all holding. I could tell that was not going to be like caught or anything. Just kept on carrying. Michael Chu had 5 great innings and 1 terrible one. And we got this party started thanks to Zach Geloff in the 5th inning. So he already has made a big impact here in this game. His first start, I think, in a long time. Under it. I think our fun might be ending here. One thing Cabrera's great at is drawing walks. I'm doing my best to play to his strengths. He walks in the 6th. Lewis lifts it towards right center. And the Diamondbacks finish up a 6th inning that has them behind 4 runs. Kendrick Haynes getting a chance now, and he's already thrown 5 2/3 innings this year and has done a strong job. He's one of those guys, though, that's been about as inconsistent as a reliever can get. He gets a strikeout of Vaughn Brown. I'm hoping this is the year where he really shows he can be that late inning, high leverage guy. Rip past Vargas at 3rd. Popped up behind Geloff, and a 1-pitch out. Chasing is Guerrero on a good slider from Haynes. The 0-2. And a weak chopper. Good inning. That is also going to be a hit for Franmil Reyes. You just can do no wrong with this guy. Like, my swings aren't always perfect with him, but the guy's a hitting machine. Trying to do my best to also tighten up some of the editing and stuff on some of these games. I feel like, you know, not every game needs to be featured over 40 minutes. So, you know, trimming some of these at-bats and trying to tighten the experience a little bit. I hope that we're off to a good start here in year 7. Speared at short to finish the inning. Towards left. And dropped in front of Cabrera, base hit for Patrick Bailey. Nice throw there by Cabrera. Didn't have to show it off, but that's what he's got. Now let's make a change here. Alfonso Montez. Gonna see if he can handle the righties here. Led off by Kyle Nelson. Well, not leading off. His first batter he faces will be. Blown by him. Dribbled it. Trying to run this out. Montez. Quick flip, not in time. 2 on here for the Diamondbacks. Let's get Romano warm in case. The batter is Buddy Kennedy. He's 1 for 3. Ball's behind. And he grounds one through. Base hit. And they will not test Carlson as they load the bases for Gunnar Henderson. The Snakes fighting back late in this one. Romano getting ready. He might come in after this at-bat. But for now, it's the biggest spot of the year for Alfonso Montez. Missing low below the knees. 0 for 3 on the day is Henderson. And he skies it into right center field. Deep enough for a tag. Carlson with the catch. And a run will score. Things getting dicey here late. That's why we get these relievers like Romano and Murphy. Jordan Romano inheriting 2 base runners facing Jordan Lawler. Waved at it, 0-2. Hammered Third down the line. Lawler just misses. Splash landing there in foul territory. 0-2. Got him. Strike 3. And on the hands and fouled back. Sliders on point from Romano. He's ahead of Brown. Takes the slider low. Got him! Strike 3 looking. And the A's maintain a 3-run advantage. Murphy getting up now as we go bottom of the 8th inning. It is Yusniel Cruz versus Matt Allen. Hammered to right, turning towards the foul pole. It is foul by 8 feet. Ooh, I'm looking for something inside. They seem to keep pitching him away. Cruz 1 for 3 on the day. Evens the count. Now he pitches inside, but too far, and it's full. 3-2. Ball 4 to Cruz. And here's the guy who supplied the biggest hit of the night, Tyler Soderstrom. 99 homers in his career. We've already hit one big triple-digit milestone with Vladimir Guerrero at 300. Ooh, that was a good one right there. Way out in front of it. Allen, 33rd pitch here on the way. Cruz goes. It's strike 3. And they got Cruz at second for a strike him out, throw him out double play. So Penn Murphy will get his 6th opportunity, and he's done an excellent job thus far, only allowing a handful of base runners, saving all 5 games. And the first pitch is lifted towards Carlson. He makes the catch. And Christian Franklin scorches a single into center field. That's 1 base runner for the Diamondbacks. Now Guerrero's turn. He's 0 for 2. Ooh, generous inside edge here. 1-2. Thought maybe I'd get it again. The 2-2 from Murphy. Just a piece from Guerrero. That's on the ground. Stopped by Geloff. Lewis turns it. A's win it. A 5-2 victory. Pretty good win here, I'd say. Got the bats going in 1 inning. Really put together a strong 6th. And had a pretty good all-around pitching performance from Cole Phillips and the bullpen. Very happy with this win. Very pleased overall with that victory today. And here is a look at where the standings are about 2 weeks into the year. Right now, we got 4 teams in the West that are above 500. The Mariners are struggling at 5-8. Rangers and Angels, though, they are in first place. As we travel through the other divisions, looking for standouts, Brewers 9-5 lead the Central. The Dodgers are 12-3, up to an excellent start. And then the Red Sox 8-6, they lead the East. And the Twins are leading a mediocre Central Division at the moment. So after struggling in the first 5 games, the offense has come around as we expect, and now our numbers are trending closer to league average, and we've had a lot more good games today than bad ones. However, I think we could still use a few more homers. And all in all, when it comes to the pitching, we're not on the Cubs level. They have a team ERA sub-2 right now. That's unbelievable, and Kodai Senga is one of their top performers right now. Ours is at 9th, and if we can be top 10 this year, with all the change we've had and the youth we have on this team, I'd be really happy with that. We have already saved 8 games, so our late inning relief has been really good. And we had to shore that up. And I think Murphy is doing exactly what we need there. We're giving up, 21st most hits. Runs allowed, we are 13th. We'll take that. How about homers allowed? That hasn't been much of an issue. Of course, the Giants went and got Joan Duran from us. And he has so far saved all 4 of his attempts with the Giants. And he's his usual self of 14.2 K per 9. And then let's go check on Seattle and Michael Soroka. 3 starts, he's 1-1. He's given up 3 homers in 18 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 quality starts. Overall, pretty good. Been a while, too, since we checked out, like, the top players on all these rosters, so that could be a fun little thing to do here. Over in Seattle, I mean, they don't have a lot of standout players, but they do have some big ones in Juan Soto and Julio Rodriguez. Obviously, those guys are going to be eating up a good chunk of their payroll. In Texas, Trevor Rogers, Corey Seager, Nate Lowe, and Brian Abreu are their top players. Atlanta still has Ozzie Albies, Michael Harris, Ryan Helsley is their closer. George Kirby coming over from the Mariners off to a pretty terrible start. Nolan Gorman came over to help replace Acuna's offensive impact. He hasn't done that. And then the Marlins, Sandy Alcantara, 96 overall. Really good starting pitching here in Miami, but not performing that well at the moment. The Mets got Edwin Diaz. Jason Dominguez, remember, they traded for him from the Yankees. The Phillies got Andrew Painter, Bryson Stott, Adley Rutschman replaced JT Realmuto. In Washington, Mariano Castillo. He was their #1 pick a few years ago. I adjusted him to starting pitchers, so they didn't end up taking like a closer with the #1 overall pick. And looks like he's blossoming into a pretty good pitcher for them. Grayson Rodriguez, top player on the Cubs, and their starting pitching right now is obviously best in the league. And that's with Ohtani performing worse than maybe all the other starters. Kodai Senga, they bought low on him, struggling with the Mets for a couple years, and he's doing an outstanding job there. This starting pitching is nasty, though. They also have Reed Detmers pitching well. That might be the best rotation in baseball. Hard to argue against it. In Cincinnati, Elly De La Cruz is still here as their headline player, but he really has not been a superstar. He's just been a solid player in our franchise. Hunter Green, his impact has, it looks like it's been pretty good, but maybe not superstar status outside of this 1 year. They also have Bo Bichette. The Brewers, Corbin Burns, Tyler Stevenson, Jackson Chourio. So one of the top prospects in Major League Baseball in real life. And he's come in and he's been all right. One of those guys who still hasn't lived up to the hype quite yet. Also have Zach Veen, who was top prospect with the Rockies. Tommy Edman is the best player, it looks like, on the Pirates. Also have Ian Happ and Riley Green. They've been active in free agency in recent years, but not really a big standout roster, and the starting pitching I don't think is going to win you enough. In St. Louis, it's Freddie Peralta and Jordan Walker. I wonder, has he panned out in this? A lot of these like high-profile prospects just are not doing what you expect. In Arizona, we just saw them. We're quite familiar now, so not much to say there. In Colorado, Vinny Gomez, obviously their headline player, and he is coming off a breakout season, and we got a really good look at him last year. I think the Rockies are on the rise, and they have a good young core that I believe in. Los Angeles, best record in baseball. A lot of familiar faces here with Buehler, Betts, Lux, but they also added Jose Barrios in the offseason. William Contreras is the catcher. In San Diego, it's Fernando Tatis, Carlos Correa, Dylan Cease, Will Smith, Dylan Coleman, and Ha-Sung Kim. San Francisco's got Duran and Flaherty, Kyle Tucker came over from the Astros to be their face of the offense. And I think he's performed pretty well overall there. The Orioles, their young core is no longer all together. They brought in Aaron Judge, though, in a weird trade with the Yankees. Didn't quite understand that, but it freed up the Yankees some salary, I guess. Greg Anderle's having a really good start to the year, and he's only 23 years old. So there is their cornerstone player right now, Tristan McKenzie, Jackson Holliday. But the team just does not resemble year one whatsoever. I think all those young stars have moved on in free agency. Boston's got Rafael Devers, Devin Williams, making 15, 16 a year. I know he was somebody a lot wanted me to trade for in the past before we got Joan Duran. Francisco Alvarez, top player on the Yankees. So the Mets ended up with Dominguez. The Yankees end up with Alvarez. I think that mostly evens itself out. Casey Mize is their ace. Oswald Peraza, Anthony Volpe. I'm not sure if they really replaced Judge's money or if they just have a lower payroll now because this looks like a cheaper overall team. Only one player making over 20, only 5 making over 10 million this year. I think we're seeing the Yankees play a little bit here on a budget. The Rays, the defending champions. McClanahan, Jazz, Melendez. I don't think the team changed a whole lot, but Melendez was a new ad for them, and he's got X-Factor capabilities. He's a fun player. I think if you're doing like a fresh franchise somewhere, he's one of those first guys I would consider like trading for to add to your core. A catcher who can play in the outfield, who has, really good lefty hitting skills and whatnot. Like, you can easily make him a star. The Blue Jays, nobody over an 84. It's just not a very talented roster anymore. And their young core has also left, just like Baltimore's. In Chicago, the White Sox, we just saw them on opening day, so we know their roster a decent bit. It's still Luis Robert and everybody else, though. And then in Cleveland, of course, Ronald Acuna Jr., Shane Bieber, Alek Manoah. They got good starting pitching for sure, and they're headline offensive players, so I expect them to be in the mix this year and maybe win that Central. The Tigers got Garrett Crochet, Jackson Jobe, Termarr Johnson. Johnson, a 24-year-old with really good defensive skills. Kansas City still has Bobby Witt and Brady Singer. They also added Dustin May and Alejandro Kirk. How's Bobby Witt doing? 95 overall, coming off 38 homers, 104 RBIs. And that's a pretty team-friendly contract for Kansas City, I'd have to say. The Twins, Spencer Strider, Alex Reyes, Eloy Jimenez. This roster looks so different. Brooks Lee is their top prospect, and looks like he's still trying to figure things out. This game can be really difficult to develop certain stars in, at least for the CPU teams. That's how it's playing out. They got Jose Ramirez now. But that's not quite everybody, I don't think. Houston, Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez. This team has really stayed intact over the course of our franchise. Biggest change is adding Pete Alonso after losing Kyle Tucker. Their starting pitching is probably very different because of all the veterans they've had over the years, but still got Hunter Brown, Javier, McCullers. Senzatella shut us down. That was kind of annoying. Garrett Cole playing at AAA. And the Angels here. Jose Suarez, Sam Bachman. I'm looking at only starting pitching. O'Neal Cruz is their top player here, overall-wise. Played really well a year ago. I think they traded for him. But Mike Trout, he has regressed to an 83 overall. So he's still a good player. Defensively now turning into a bit of a liability, but he can still hit. And now has 567 career homers. If we check out some of these career stats too, maybe we'll see something cool. Juan Soto's got 350 homers. There is no way to do like league leader sorting like you can in Madden here. One thing Madden does, this game doesn't, I guess. I just want to see I just want to see big numbers. Bryce Harper's approaching 500 home runs, 485. The Nationals have nobody over 130. This team needs to find some offense. Shohei, 353. Yeah, this is a young Arizona team, it looks like. Wow, that's very few home runs over that team's career. Mookie Betts, 433 home runs. The numbers on Tatis will be off because of he wasn't on the base roster, so this is a created version of him that wouldn't have had his statistics. Yeah, it looks like Trout is your active home run leader. Oh, here is all position players. I was wrong. So, no. You can eventually get to the entire MLB here. I've never seen that. Trout is your active home run leader, though. Starling Marte, your active stolen base leader. Yordan Alvarez, top career average right now in baseball. How about walks? That's Joey Votto. 57 overall, not going to retire. He's 45, and he hasn't played in almost a decade. Like, Votto stopped playing in this series in 2023, and he's still in the free agent pool. That is absolutely hysterical. I love that. Garrett Cole reached 200 victories at some point in this series, and now he's with the Space Cowboys. Edwin Diaz, 406 saves, is your active leader there. Active strikeout leader is Garrett Cole, so pretty cool that he got to 200 victories and 3,000 strikeouts before pretty much having his big league career done. Not 100%, but probably done. I had no idea I could check the stats like that. I'm really glad I was able to find that. That's pretty cool. You can even go by like all catchers and see like who the active best catchers are. So all I did is go to statistics and then toggle for career. And suddenly now, well, you have to eventually, you've got to somehow get to the point here where it only looks at the league. So the end of the list is somewhere after San Francisco, before Baltimore. And then you can look at all these numbers. I'm sure if I'm just finding this out, I'll help at least one person find this out today. And yeah, there is Joey Votto, a 45-year-old free agent. Just, I don't know exactly what he's waiting for, but he has not officially retired. And while we're looking at the league as a whole right now, you can actually look at these awards like at any point you want just to see who like the top performers overall are in the league. So right now, the MVP would be Robert Mesa with the Red Sox. He's an 84 overall. He can hit really well. He's only 21 years old. And it looks like he's having a breakout start. I mean, he is 22 for 49. I think that is pretty good. Santiago Espinal also playing well. Taylor Ward. Well, you've got veteran players here in the National League that are not as surprising to see here. Kodai Senga would be Cy Young right now. That's awesome. But I think that's where we're going to end our action today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, episode 2 of Year 7. And next time, I think we'll get through at least a couple more weeks. And we're also approaching a rematch series here with the Tampa Bay Rays in their house. But today looked to be a pretty good bounce-back episode for us. And actually, I need a thumbnail today still. I never got one. So let me do a player lock game, and then we'll end things. How about that? So Cam Cope is going to make his third start here in this quick game, but I wanted to do player lock with Yusniel Cruz. So we are in the first inning. Cruz in left. I've enjoyed his at-bats so far, and I'm excited to see how much he can grow as an all-around player. Oh, he can't make this catch. A difficult one towards the wall. He's backed up by Don. It's a 2-out double. I think these more difficult plays are going to give him an issue for a little while. So let's see if we get a better angle at it here. Good pitch. Yeah, it's a difficult play to make out there. They don't score, though, and we'll go top of the second. Juan Guerrero facing Cope. And that ball is going to land, I think, in front of him. No, he makes the catch. But he's hitting .283 so far, a single home run and 6 RBIs. takes the curveball away from Peter Solomon. Oh, he lost his bat. Got a new one. 3-2. In the air, center field. Looks to be playable in the gap. Runner in scoring position for Cope. And it's in the air towards left. You know, I wanted to get another look at Cope today, so this is actually kind of convenient. I could almost just do like a hybrid experience like this, where maybe I pick like a defender that I just want to play with, but we can also pay attention to Cope's progress throughout the game. Kind of nice. 1-0 game here as the sun sets on Oakland. Ooh, center cut, but we're late. The book on him seems to be pitch away. It's what every pitcher does. 2-2. Center field and hit well, but another one that should stay in the yard. It appears we're getting another good start from Cam Cope as we're in the 6th, and the Diamondbacks have no runs on 3 hits, and Cruz looks to have 3 flyouts to center field. Another deep outing here for Cam Cope. He's trying to complete the 7th here. It's lifted out to Cruz in left, and he will put this away. So Cam Cope, how about his start to the season? Could probably use a little insurance, though. I think Penn Murphy would probably be on for the 9th inning here. Watch out. Ooh, a good changeup inside. Not used to that one. 2-2 to Cruz is in there. Strike 3. So a 1-0 lead for Oakland. We'll see if it ends up being enough as Penn Murphy looks for his 7th save of the year. And we'll let him do his thing here. 9th inning. We're going to close the episode on this game. Buddy Kennedy leads things off. Off the plate. Popped up. Soderstrom. He should get there. And does. Toughest at-bat here is going to be against Henderson. And Murphy's already in front 0-2. Lifted into right field. Carlson over. Makes the catch. Diamondbacks down to their last out. It's up to Jordan Lawler to continue this game. Another good pitch on the outside corner. And this one turns foul. It'll be 0-2. Carlson's not getting there. Wow, are you serious? Come on, man. 1-2 now to Lawler. This one's lifted. Carlson retreating. He's camped under as the A's win the game 1-0. And Cam Cope will get the victory. That'll be another series win for the Athletics. And I think our only run was supplied by Aaron Don. He was 2 for 2 early in the game when we scored. No, he scored the run. Somebody drove him in. Cam goes 8, striking out 7. Good episode today for the Oakland A's, and we should be back at it again soon to continue year 7 and push towards, hopefully, another chance at competing for a title. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.